Have you ever wondered how sesame bars are made? These delightful bars have gained popularity not just for their delicious taste, but also for the numerous health benefits they offer. Packed with protein, fiber and healthy fats, they make for a highly nutritious snack that can be enjoyed at any time of the day. Originating from the Middle East, sesame bars have spread across the globe, winning hearts with their unique taste and texture. They are a testament to the versatility of sesame seeds, which, when combined with sweeteners like honey or sugar, transform into a treat that is both satisfying and healthful. From the busy professional looking for an energy boost during a hectic day to the health-conscious individual seeking a guilt-free snack, sesame bars are a fantastic choice. So how about we go behind the scenes to learn how these scrumptious bars are made? Let's dive in and uncover the process of making these delicious treats. Before we dive into the process, we need to gather our ingredients. It's a relatively short list, but each component plays an essential role in creating the perfect sesame bar. First up, we have sesame seeds. These tiny, nutty seeds are the star of the show, providing a delicious crunch and a rich, toasted flavor. They're packed full of nutrients, too, a delightful bonus to their delectable taste. You'll need to have 2 cups of these little wonders on hand. Next, we need something to bind our seeds together and create that distinctive bar shape. That's where our next ingredient comes into play: honey. The sticky, sweet nature of honey makes it the perfect adhesive for our bars, and its natural sweetness adds a delightful depth of flavor. A half cup of honey should do the trick. Sugar is our next ingredient. While honey provides a lovely, complex sweetness, sugar helps to enhance this, giving our bars an irresistible candy-like quality. We'll need a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar for this recipe. Finally, to round off our list of ingredients, we have vanilla extract. Just a teaspoon is enough to infuse our sesame bars with a subtle, aromatic note. It's the secret ingredient that takes these bars from good to great. Now, you might be wondering why we need both honey and sugar. Well, while they both contribute sweetness, they also serve different functions in our recipe. Honey, with its thick, syrupy consistency, helps to bind our sesame seeds together, while sugar, when heated, caramelizes and adds a delightful crunch to our bars. The combination of the two results in a sesame bar that is both chewy and crunchy, sweet and toasty. A real treat for the taste buds. And there we have it, the 4 key ingredients needed to make our sesame bars: sesame seeds, honey, sugar, and vanilla extract. Each one plays a special role, contributing to the overall taste and texture of the final product. With all these ingredients ready, we can start the process of making our sesame bars. Our first step involves preparing the sesame seeds. Now, the sesame seeds are not just an ordinary ingredient in our sesame bars, they are the star of the show. They bring the crunch, they bring the flavor, and they bring that delightful nuttiness that makes our sesame bars so irresistibly good. But to really bring out the best in our sesame seeds, we need to toast them. Toasting the sesame seeds is a simple yet incredibly crucial step. It's not a process to be rushed or overlooked. It's a step that requires your full attention, a keen eye, and a bit of patience. When toasting sesame seeds, it's important to remember that they can go from perfectly toasted to burnt in the blink of an eye. That's why it's key to keep them moving in the pan. Now let's imagine the process. Picture a dry, heavy-bottomed skillet over medium heat. Into this skillet, we pour our sesame seeds. The skillet's heat begins to coax out the seeds' natural oils, transforming them from pale, somewhat flavorless morsels into golden nuggets of rich, nutty deliciousness. As the seeds start to dance in the skillet, a fragrant aroma fills the air. It's an aroma that is warm, nutty, and slightly sweet. It's an aroma that says, something delicious is happening here. But remember, this is not the time to step away or get distracted. This is the moment to keep stirring, to keep those seeds moving and grooving in the skillet. As we stir, we notice the seeds start to pop and crackle. We see them turn from a pale tan to a lovely golden brown. This is the sign we've been waiting for. This is the moment our sesame seeds have reached toasted perfection. Now that our sesame seeds are toasted to perfection, we can move on to the next step. The sesame seeds, once humble and unassuming, are now aromatic, flavorful, and ready to take their place in our delicious sesame bars. They've been transformed through the simple act of toasting and are now set to make our sesame bars a true delight to the senses. Next, we create the sweet syrup that will bind our sesame seeds together. This syrup is the secret to the delightful chewiness and the caramel-like flavor that makes our sesame bars irresistible. We start by combining 3 essential ingredients: honey, sugar, and vanilla extract. The honey brings a natural sweetness and a smooth texture, while the sugar adds a crunchy caramel note when it's cooked. And the vanilla extract, well, it's like the cherry on top, giving our syrup that subtle depth of flavor. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. To make the syrup, we first pour our honey and sugar into a saucepan. It's crucial to choose a saucepan that's deep enough to prevent any spillage or bubbling over once the mixture starts to heat up. We start to heat the mixture over medium heat, stirring it gently to ensure that the sugar and honey are blending well together. As the mixture heats up, the sugar will start to dissolve into the honey, creating a smooth and glossy liquid. This might take a few minutes, so patience is key here. We continue to stir, ensuring that the mixture doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. It's essential to keep an eye on your syrup at this stage, as it can quickly go from perfect to burnt if left unattended. Once the sugar is completely dissolved, we crank up the heat a notch. The syrup will start to bubble and boil, and this is exactly what we want. Boiling the syrup allows it to reach the correct consistency, and it also caramelizes the sugar, enhancing the flavor even further. Just when the syrup starts to boil, we add in our vanilla extract. The heat will help spread the vanilla flavor throughout the syrup, infusing it with that lovely warm aroma. We then give the syrup one final stir before taking it off the heat. With our syrup ready, we're one step closer to our final product. This syrup will act as the glue that holds our sesame seeds together, transforming them into the delicious treat we're aiming for. Now let's move on to the next step. Now comes the exciting part, combining our sesame seeds with the syrup to form the bars. Once our syrup is ready, it is time to bring it together with the sesame seeds. Our aim is to blend the 2 ingredients in such a way that each sesame seed is coated with the syrup, thereby ensuring a flavorful burst with every bite. To begin with, pour the syrup over the toasted sesame seeds. This should be done slowly, ensuring that the syrup is evenly distributed throughout the seeds. At the same time, use a spatula or a wooden spoon to stir the mixture. This will help in combining the ingredients effectively. Keep in mind that we need to work quickly here, as the syrup will start to harden as it cools, making it difficult to mix. So stir the mixture continuously, making sure that all the seeds are well coated with the syrup. Once the sesame seeds and the syrup are well combined, it's time to shape our bars. For this, spread the mixture onto a baking sheet. Using the back of your spatula or a flat-bottomed glass, press the mixture down and spread it out evenly. If you prefer thicker bars, don't spread the mixture too thin. Now here's a tip. If you find the mixture sticking to your spatula or glass, lightly grease them with some oil. This will allow you to spread the mixture more smoothly. Once the mixture is evenly spread, let it sit to cool. As it cools, the syrup will harden, binding the sesame seeds together and forming our bars. It's crucial that we let the mixture cool completely at this stage. If we attempt to cut the bars while the mixture is still warm, they might crumble and fall apart. So patience is key here. Let the mixture sit undisturbed until it has completely cooled and hardened. This might take a few hours. The mixture needs to cool completely before we can proceed to the final step. Finally, we can cut our hardened mixture into bars. Now that our sesame mixture has cooled and solidified, it's time to transform it into the bars we all know and love. You can slice them into long, slender bars, or perhaps you'd prefer bite-sized squares. The choice is entirely yours, catering to your personal preference. Remember, the key to a good sesame bar is a sharp, clean cut. This ensures the edges are neat and the bars hold their shape well. Once you're done cutting, gather your sesame bars and store them in an airtight container. This will help maintain their crunch, keeping them as fresh as the day you made them. These sesame bars are not only delicious but also packed full of nutrients. They're perfect for a quick snack on the go or even as a sweet treat after a meal. And there you have it, delicious homemade sesame bars, a simple, nutritious snack that you can enjoy at any time.